I'm through losing these fights!
Are the writers at Fizzy Pop okay? Let's talk. Now, if you've been living under a rock for the past 3 years, Helluva Boss follows the story of Blitzo, an imp who sets out to run his own assassination business, accepting his client's vendetta and carrying it out in the mortal world. By his side are his armorer Moxie, his mercenary Millie, and his receptionist Luna. Packed with chaos, drama, and a whole lot of bloodshed, Helluva Boss has been setting itself up as one of the greatest YouTube series of our time. But Sleepy, I hear you say, isn't this a critique? Well, it is, but I find it important to give any particular media their flowers before I start digging into their flaws. Otherwise, you intellectuals will know that I actually like the show and I'm not just shitting on it. With that being said, I believe that there's real concern to be had over the direction VizzyPop is taking Helluva Boss. VizzyPop has created a unique story with a cast of charming and relatable characters, all the while building a greater narrative. What I find odd is the direction they've taken in the last few episodes. Where we had vibrant storytelling and incredible balance of action and character relations, what we're now left with is a little underwhelming. But before I get into the why, please like and subscribe and help push this video into the algorithm, so that more people can see and share their thoughts and opinions on the topic. Do you agree or disagree? Please let me know in the comments so that we can foster a broader conversation. And please stick around to the end for a special announcement. There's nothing better than a well-written villain, and in 2023 we could certainly use some of those in our media. They serve an important role in the story by becoming great obstacles who block the path of the protagonist, help move the plot along, and if done properly will leave a lasting impression on the audience, all while raising the quality of the overall story. Look and you will find that some of our greatest stories were made that way because of competently written villains. They're what makes a story worthwhile. Like my man Megamind once said, you're a villain alright, but not a super one.
Yeah? What's the difference?
Presentation!
In the beginning, Stryker was set up as a fearsome hitman. A man so vile and twisted that he'll slit the throat of anybody who has a price that needs collecting. Someone who will eventually back Blitzo and the gang into a corner. This sly, charming, silver-tongued devil we were introduced to was a man who will stop at nothing to get the job done, no matter how many lives he has to torch to achieve that endeavor. That is how Stryker was portrayed in Season 1. But now in Season 2, he's frail, easily disturbed, and timid, a ghost in a shell compared to his former, grander counterpart. It was this drastic change in character and the mishandling of his core trait is what I believe changed the dynamic of the show. No longer is it about throat-clenching suspense of where or when will the heinous villain return to enact his revenge, no. But instead the story focuses more on gag humor and the mundane lives of characters who feels out of place in the main story. Where antagonists used to be competent and fearsome, they're easily mowed over by two handicapped imps having a spat. It's confusing that these villains who were played up as major threats have been demoted to nothing more than laughingstock. Crimson, for example, Moxie's father, though his story was filled with his own gags, still carried an air of malevolence about him. Murdering his own wife and so many others, the story shows the audience the depths of Crimson's depravity. The mobster of a ruthless organization who delights in weapon manufacturing, ransoms, and mounting the skulls of any who disrespects the head. Seeing how both are seasoned criminals and one literally surviving a one-on-one encounter with Millie, you'll understand how baffling it is to believe that they would be a force that was dealt with so easily. Are these what we should expect as villains in later episodes? Incompetent, easily frazzled, and utterly unassuming? Because if it is, then that won't make for an interesting story. The rampant misuse of their characters and underrepresentation of their villains, VizzyPop has been fumbling the bag lately. But the most disappointing factor of all are the missed opportunities the studio had to enhance their story. Instead of what we were given, I would have loved to see episode 5 and 6 follow the point of view of Blitzo. The trials and tribulations it took for him to find and try to reconnect with Barb, and the pain and hurt he was feeling that led him wandering the cold, cruel streets of Greed, before bumping into Fizzaroli. Had these story beats played out just a bit differently, I believe it would have made for a more engaging and fulfilling story. I'm sorry, but following Blitzo to a thorny path of redemption sounds a lot more interesting compared to Fizz and Ozzy's morning coffee. I'm sure they're fine as standalone episodes, but they don't serve any other purpose but stalling the narrative or rushing it entirely. The things that should have been left ambiguous weren't, and the things that would have had a greater impact on the audience were never shown. I believe it explains a dip in recent viewership as well. Not many people are rewatching these episodes because there isn't any more you can get out of them. The animation and art style is as beautiful as it's always been, but beneath all that beauty is null. There isn't any true substance to derive from it anymore. And keeping up with the series has become more of an obligation to the franchise rather than eagerly waiting their next release. For those who have made it this far, thank you. I don't know if this is a sign of things to come, or if the company is making a major shift in the way they want to tell their story, or if I'm just blind and making all this up. Regardless, I hope Fizzy Pop knows that us fans will always be here, so that they should take their time. Art is never meant to be rushed, because there is nothing worse than losing a franchise that has yet to leave their mark on the industry. For those who have made it to the end card, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And now to our announcement. In celebration of our first critique video, and keeping to the themes of said video, I'd like to do a giveaway of our Helluva Boss merch. If you guys missed the last season apparel, I have a couple of those in stock. The giveaway is starting from today, where this video is posted, until the end of the month of September 2023. Now if you're interested, all you have to do is leave your comment below, leave your Twitter handle, and we will have a raffle. With that being said, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Until then, bonne nuit, adios, hasta luego, Helluva. Goodbye. They serve in important... My dog's eating like right next to me. Oh my god. What the heck? Do you hear this? He's like, oh, I didn't want to eat all day. Oh, you're recording now? Let me yum 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 yum.